Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. There's always room for. Today we're back in the kitchen and I am going to make a sugar cookie that is shaped like a donut. And the reason is we're celebrating a friend of mine's birthday tomorrow and I need to bring a dessert. We're gonna be outdoors, it's gonna be hot, and anytime I bake a dessert for a party in the summertime, I always think about like where I'm gonna be leaving this dessert. And so we'll be out at a winery and I know this dessert will be out in the sun. It'll be nowhere near a refrigerator. So my go-tos for these kinds of events are pies or cookies, only because I think they taste even better warm. So this friend of mine, she really likes sugar cookies and she likes donuts. But the thought of frying donuts the day of an event and smelling like oil and having all of that mess to clean up and thinking about rising the dough just was not a good idea for me. So I decided I was going to make a sugar cookie, a large sugar cookie, and decorate it to look like a donut. So I've never done this before. This is like a trial run for me. And I figured I would film the process along the way and hopefully it comes out and I can post this tutorial and it will inspire you to make a donut-shaped sugar cookie in the future. And if it turns out to be a fail, I'll maybe also post this just in case so you get a good laugh. So if you would like to see me try to make a donut-shaped sugar cookie, follow along.
Here's a list of ingredients you'll need for the sugar cookie. This recipe will make one large 9-inch sugar cookie plus a few small cookies, or 3 dozen small sugar cookies. Cream the butter, granulated sugar, and brown sugar together using a stand mixer or electric hand mixer until the mixture is light and fluffy. Scrape the bowl down halfway through and continue mixing. Notice how the butter has changed in color from yellow to white and the sugar is evenly distributed. Add the egg, vanilla extract, and almond extract to the butter and mix well. In a separate bowl, add the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Whisk to combine. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and mix until just incorporated. Scraping down the bowl occasionally. For the donut-shaped cookie cake, place the dough in the middle of a parchment-lined cookie sheet and form into a rough circle. Place parchment or wax paper on top of the dough and roll out using a rolling pin or a wine bottle to get an even layer. Then use a knife or a pizza cutter to trim the edges to make a round circle. Here I'm using a 9-inch cake ring to get a rough idea of the cookie size. Use a cookie cutter to cut out the center to make the cookie look like a donut, and scoop out the remaining cookie dough. Bake for 13 to 17 minutes until just cooked through. Scoop the remaining dough into 1½ tablespoon portions and roll into balls. You can roll the dough in sugar or sprinkles before placing on a parchment-lined cookie sheet. These bake at 350 degrees for 7 minutes. Here's what you'll need to make the royal icing. Mix all of the ingredients together, starting with 4 tablespoons of water. The consistency of the icing should be smooth, and when a spoon is lifted, the icing should fall in a nice thick stream. If it is too thick and does not flow, add more water. If it's too thin, add more powdered sugar. Add food coloring to achieve the desired color. You can also add clear vanilla extract or almond extract for flavor. Here's the cookie cake right after it came out of the oven. It definitely expanded more than I expected. While it was still warm, I used the same cookie cutter from before to cut out more of the center to make it look more like a donut. Carefully transfer the cookie cake onto a cake board or platter. Place small dabs of royal icing underneath the cookie to secure it to the base. Give it a little shake to test it out. Now drizzle the royal icing over the cookie and spread it on the cookie to make it look more like a donut. I used a rubber spatula and paper towel to clean up some of the excess icing. Before the icing sets, decorate with sprinkles. Keep adding sprinkles until you're happy with the final product, and your donut-shaped sugar cookie cake is done. Here's what the sugar cookies looked like when they came out of the oven.
So I guess I'm going to consider this a baking win and not a baking fail, thank goodness. The small cookies came out really adorable. They look perfectly round and they look soft and chewy. You can just tell. I'm going to bring up one of these cookies closer to the camera so you can see, and I'll break it apart so you can see the texture of the cookie. And these look amazing, and they were so easy to make. A great project to do with kids. I can't wait to do this with my nephews when I get to see them. And this donut-shaped sugar cookie cake came out a lot better than I anticipated. I think it's going to be the perfect way to celebrate my friend's birthday. I think she's going to love it. I think this is the perfect dessert to have in the summertime for an outdoor picnic. If it lays out in the sun for too long, you don't have to worry because if the cookie gets warm, it just gets more delicious. So that's a wrap on today's video on sugar cookies. I am so glad that I'll be able to turn this video into a tutorial and that this did not end up in a cake fail. Thank you so much for tuning in and following along. My name is Kim, and don't forget, there's always room for dessert. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!